What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we are going to be talking about this guy. This is the Vero Engineering Impulse. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. All right. We're going to be doing the review of the Vero Engineering Impulse. Joseph Vero is quickly becoming my favorite knife designer. That's a bold statement. It's a bold statement, I know. There are some great knife designers, hundreds of wonderful designs out there, but Joseph has really, really impressed me. I came across his knives, like a lot of people did on Instagram where I first saw them, and then Jake over at Bearded Gear a while back was able to get his hands on the Impulse and the Synapse, and oh boy, they looked amazing. And then I found out that they are limited runs, and they're really hard to come by. You really have to. They sell out like everything that Joseph has done. It sells out in minutes, and so I tried to jump on his newest one, the Integral. I didn't get that. Tried to get the Synapse XL, and I wasn't quick enough. However, I did get one, thanks to Lefty EDC, brother. But I am in love with his designs. And him as a person, he's a really cool guy. I've been lucky enough to be able to see his lives, and seeing him on some interviews and whatnot. Really cool guy. I love the fact this American dream, he is an engineer, and so he's worked in a couple of different industries. He is a knife enthusiast, and he is kind of like me where he likes the larger size knife, which this is his first knife that he designed, and is, a larger style knife, being the Impulse. And so, yeah, that's awesome because I like the bigger knives. He's also listened to the community. He's made an Impulse Mini. The Synapse is a little bit smaller. He's got some smaller designs because he knows that people like that, even though me and him, we prefer the bigger ones. So you got to respect that. He's listening to the community. He is now quit his day job, and he is designing and making these knives. He gets them made by Best Tech. And let me tell you, they are doing an excellent job over at Best Tech. I am very happy with this collaboration these two have, because they're doing really, really good work. My favorite Chinese OEM, if I have to buy a Chinese made knife, it is definitely still going to be Riot, because Riot is almost hands down the best OEM. However, Best Tech and what they're doing with the Vero knives has impressed the hell out of me. I've only had my hands on two, but Jake, he just got the axe on. I've seen plenty of reviews and talked to plenty of people that have had these knives in hand, and it is all the same. The fit, the finish, everything. Of course, we'll go over that. Is just amazing. So Best Tech is doing a good job, and I really, really like this collaboration. So these things come in a few different variations. This one is the Stonewash Titanium, the Stonewash blade, and with the blue accents. You can get them raw, different colors on the accents. You can get the hand satin. You can get the belt satin. I really, really dig the Stonewash that they do. I love satin, don't get me wrong. I love a belt satin, and a hand satin is really nice. But I haven't had that in hand. This one was stonewashed, and then the Synapse XL that I got is stonewashed, and I'm really happy with it. I like a stonewash blade. I think it hides wear very well, and so they do a really good job. It's almost like a polished stonewash on this M390 blade. It really is nice. Very uniform stonewash. As you can see, this one does have a Tonto. Very, very nice blade shape. I like the Tonto, the secondary grind there. The fact that the Tonto does have belly on it. Really, really nice. It cuts like a dream. Came super, super sharp. I am the second owner of this. This one I purchased from, well, I guess the third owner. I purchased this from my good buddy Ryan, aka Stud Fishing. He allowed me to purchase this, and I still love him to death for that, because this was the first Vero engineering knife that I was able to handle and fell in love. Spoiler, yes, everything Vero has done, I have liked. Everything that I look at as far as his designs really gets my juices flowing. And that's awesome. I can see a lot of designs from a lot of different manufacturers. Some of the designs I like, and some of them I don't. Every design that he's made, I like. And this being the first one in hand, I was able to not just handle something that visually was appealing, but also the engineering that went into this. Let's go over that. So, see this flipper tab here? So that is a very unique flipper tab compared to what you're used to. I guess I need to show one, huh? Let's see. You've got, a flipper tab like this, which does stick out quite a bit. Hinderers are just known for their, I think Kevin over at Left EDC called it the witch's nose, and he's not wrong. And then even this, which is still pretty small, but sticks out like that. What Joseph did was really, really genius. Now, this flips differently than those other two, so you do have to do it a little bit different. But as you can see, it is very, very minimal with jimping on the top. And what that does is it makes it very nice in pocket. It's relatively slim this way. And then, of course, with this pocket clip, which we'll go over in a little bit, that when you put this in your pocket, you don't have any flipper tab poking you or poking other things in your pocket if you carry other things in your pocket. That's nice. Very good. I think a lot of people saw that and was like, wow, that's genius. But it's also the way it's designed as far as the leverage of it opening. So the way, of course, you do it is you pull straight down. You pull straight down and that thing fires out of there. I mean, fires. And then, of course, the action on the closing is very, very satisfying. Now, of course, it doesn't have the flipper tab conventional way. So when it comes down, you can't, it's going to catch on your nail. Barely you can see where it goes. So I, most of the time, will allow it to, try to get my finger out of the way. And then as you can see, it is just super duper smooth. Now, one thing, if you'll notice there, see that it doesn't have the very satisfying suck in and click, which was a problem with me at first. I was like, so this detent must be really light. It's not. The way he's designed the pivot and the way this thing flips, it flips out with authority. It doesn't come open in your pocket, which I've never had that happen before, but the shake test usually comes, I can usually get a knife to shake out with minimal effort. This one is not doing that. You can basically tune this knife to feel like you want it to. And of course, this is just, it's perfect for me as far as the flipping action and the drop shut action that I get for just, so fun to play with. Now, of course, that flipper is not the only way you can deploy this knife. As you see here on this side of the blade, another wonderful design feature from Joseph Vero, this little cutout here. It's not a hole, it's not a slot, it's just a little cutout. And that allows you to do the reverse flick, which is my favorite way to deploy a knife. If you've watched my channel, you know that is my favorite way to deploy a knife is the reverse flick. But it makes this thing so fidgety to be able to do whatever you want. Now, I'm not usually a big flipper fan. Flippers to me sometimes can be boring. It's just one of those things. So I like, if it does have a flipper tab, I like to be able to deploy it a different way. This allows me to do that. However, the flipper is just as fun. And it usually is not for me. The flipper is just as fun because it is different. The leverage that you get, the way he's designed this is, it's so satisfying. That's the only way I can put it. It is a very satisfying flipper, and I fell in love. As you can see, okay, so on the blade, it is totally sterile on this side. You don't have the slot, the pocket cut out, which is really nice. So you get this really cool sterile blade on this side, and it's sterile here except for, you've got your pocket, which I still think looks very, very nice. It does have a lock bar insert, but the lock bar insert is hidden. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. See if I can put it this way. You can kind of see there's the detent ball. Sorry, this is not very good. But with a lockup, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, I don't know about that lockup. But the lockup is on the hardened insert that is behind basically where this titanium is. And so the lockup is actually spot on, but it just looks like it's really early because it's hidden behind there. I love that design. A lot of other knife designers have been doing that. I think it's really, really cool. The access to this lock bar is also, you've got these really cool cutouts, which makes it very easy to disengage this knife. There is no stress. I mean, it's just super duper easy to get your thumb in there to unlock this blade. This does have jimping on the blade right back here. I don't use it. It's well done. It's got a good amount of grip without being sharp, but I don't use it. And the reason I don't use it is because of the ergonomics. The ergonomics on this thing at first was like, yeah, don't know. Let's just see how it goes, because I prefer a forward finger control, and you guys know that. However, if I am going to grip this knife in this position, it's okay. It's comfortable, and my thumb barely lands on that back jimping, and I can feel the pocket clip. And when I can feel the pocket clip, you know, okay, something is a little weird. So the pocket clip on there, the way this thing is pointed up like that, it goes in and out of pocket really, really nice. It sits relatively deep carry, but it's not going to sit fully deep carry. I love the V there, though, in the blue accent. Gotta love that. However, that's not how I hold this knife. The way I hold this knife is I use this flat portion and put my forward finger there. My other two fingers go into the groove. Now this, this feels wonderful. This is how I hold the knife. This is how I cut with the knife. Very, very comfortable. I can still feel the pocket clip, but it's not near as bad as it is for me holding the knife back here. When I go up like this, it is a dreamy. I loved cutting with this thing. It was amazing, and I didn't think it was going to be this good as far as ergonomics, because it didn't have a finger control. But as long as you're not worried about slipping up on the blade, which I'm not, I put my finger right there, and this is super comfortable. Very, very comfortable, very useful. The Tonto blade, I like Tontos. I like this kind of Tonto. So some people do, some people don't. I do. Very useful blade to do all the tasks that I do on a daily basis. And so I can't get over how much I wanted to put this knife in my pocket. I've got so many knives right now. I've got loaners and stuff. It was very hard for me not to keep this in my pocket. That's how much that I love it. I really, really do. So that's really about it as far as, let's go ahead and get behind the camera. I want to show you some size comparisons, because it is not a small knife. It's a full-size knife. I'm not even going to say it's a large knife. It's a full-size knife as far as my comparison, but it is so well done. Let's go ahead and get behind the camera and show you a closer look. Okay, let's get a closer look at this very, very nice Vero Engineering Impulse. Shameless plug. I have some channel stickers here. If you would like some, definitely hit me up. They are pretty cool. So definitely hit me up if you want one of these. But anyways, okay. So I want you to get a good look at this tumbled titanium. I love it. I love the tumbled titanium because it looks nice and it also hides wear. So very, very nice on all this blue hardware. The accents on this thing, like I said, you can get it raw or you can get the colors. I think you can get purple. So very, very nice. I think it just looks amazing in any configuration, but especially in this blue color. Here is a closer look at this very nice stone-washed finish on the blade. There's your little pocket. Focus, damn you. And this grind on the Tonto. Very, very sharp. Cuts like a dream. So what are we looking at as far as specs? Well, it is about 8.63 inches overall. It has a weight of about 5.65 ounces. We will double check that here in a minute. It's a blade length of 3.67, a cutting edge of 3.5, blade thickness of around 155, 158 thousandths of Bowler M390. The handle length is about 4.965, so nearly 5 inches, and the handle thickness is about 0.584, something like that. It's relatively chunky, but I like that. It definitely feels my hand out very nice, especially in this grip that I'm going to show you here that I cut with this knife. I love this grip, and It is how I hold it. I can hold it back here. I feel like I'm way too far away from the blade when I hold it like this, but then again, my thumb lands on that jimping when I'm holding it back here. It does not feel natural. This feels natural, and that's how I do it. So yeah, let's go ahead and put it up against some other knives, shall we? First of all, just because I have it here, if you are wondering what the Synapse XL looks like to the full-size Impulse, there you go. That's a good. Definitely stay tuned for the review of this guy, because I really actually like the Synapse XL even more than I do the Impulse, and I didn't think that was possible, so definitely stay tuned for the full review of that guy. A couple of other ones. Here it is against another titanium frame lock, the Chavez 229. A little bit longer than the 229. They're about the same on the width and chunkiness. Love this knife. This knife made by Riot. This knife made by Best Tech. But fit and finish wise on both of these is wonderful. Both of them running on bearings. Obviously, I don't know if I said that, but I mean it is running on bearings. Another size comparison. Here it is against the Spartan Harsey folder. The Spartan Harsey is a little bit longer because it does have a full 4-inch blade, but still very similar titanium frame locks. And then, of course, one of my all-time favorites, the Koenig Arius. So the Koenig Arius is a really good size comparison for this guy, both using M390 steel, both titanium frame locks, both raw titanium. Got a little bit more milling going on here with a blue accent on the backspacer here. So, and on the the hardware is still, I got to get that blue hardware. I've been meaning to do that. But really, really similar. I'm telling you guys, whew, I love this knife. The Koenig Arius is one of my favorite knives. But if you want a Koenig Arius, they're hard to find. These are hard to find because of the drops. I mean, this is the second run, the second generation, and it is 207 out of 250. You can still find these. You are definitely going to pay a premium on the secondary market, but holy moly, I'm not comparing these knives and saying that the Impulse is just as good as the Arius, because there are some things about the Arius that I do prefer. However, for the price that you pay, this is such a wonderful, wonderful knife. Now, of course, this Koenig Arius actually does have a forward finger control because this is the flipper delete version. So you don't have the flipper here. You just have the whole deployment, which is how I prefer to do it. So there is only one deployment method with this. Even though it's my favorite, there's only one. This one has multiple, and so it is a little bit more fidgety than the Arius, because I can do multiple deployments. So yeah, that's a thing. But you know, me comparing it to the Koenig Arius should tell you something. That's how much I really like this knife. It is that good. The hype is real. Joseph Vero is a genius, okay? He's just a genius in the way he's doing things. His designs are absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait to do more carrying and cutting with this guy to give you a full review, because it is there's differences and similarities, but I'm just telling you, everything I've touched, just everything keeps getting better and better and better. One thing I do want to show, well, I don't have my Impulse pouch, but the pouches are also very nice. This one is for the Synapse, but you get an Impulse patch here with these very quality made pouches. So I forgot to mention that packaging is important, and they do a wonderful job. Guys, I love you all. Stay safe in this crazy world that we are living in. Go check out Joseph, and we will see you in the next one.